We're now less than 3 months from Apple's annual September event where they're expected to release the brand new iPhone 13, and so far there are some pretty massive expectations due to the large amount of leaks and rumors starting to spread around. But unfortunately, we just got updated with some new ones that are actually really disappointing because some of the new features that we've been waiting for seem to be getting delayed once again. So in this video, I'm gonna cover exactly what to expect for the next iPhone so you'll know if it's going to be worth waiting for or not. First up, I want to go through some recent leaks in the supply chain that show that everything is still on track for a September release date, unlike last year when the iPhones were revealed in October because of the pandemic. Almost 2 weeks ago, regulatory filings for the new iPhone 13 models were discovered online. And if you don't know what that means, Apple is basically required by Russia to register all products containing encryption tools before they can actually go up for sale and start shipping. This ironically forces Apple to leak their own products before they actually get released, but lucky for them, not that much info is actually revealed except for the type of product. On top of that, DigiTimes recently reported that iPhone 13 chip makers are scaling up production in the third quarter of this year, which begins in July, pointing to everything going as planned. In fact, an analyst from Wedbush says that the new iPhones will be announced in the third week of September, likely on September 14th, which makes a ton of sense since last year the September event was held on the 15th. And on top of that, Foxconn, the main manufacturer of iPhones, is apparently offering record high signing bonuses for the peak iPhone season in order to ensure that they have enough workers to meet demand. And of course, as we all know, we're in the middle of a very deep chip shortage that's impacting basically everything from cars to graphics cards and everything else. But thankfully, we just got a new report from DigiTimes that TSMC, the company that makes every single Apple Silicon chip, is going to be prioritizing chip orders from Apple as well as car manufacturers, which is excellent news for us because we're less likely to see delays. And more specifically, they're preparing the new 5nm plus process for the iPhone 13's A15 chip, which is going to further improve performance and efficiency. Now, getting into the actual features that we should be expecting, we've recently got a few bits of bad news, but before I get into that, I want to quickly update everyone on the new features that we were expecting before the latest rumors came out. As far as the lineup, we're expecting the same 4 models as the iPhone 12, including the Mini, which is selling so badly right now that Apple has apparently stopped production of the 12 Mini completely. So it's surprising to see Apple give it another go with the iPhone 13 Mini. All of the new iPhones are expected to come with a smaller notch, a built-in Touch ID sensor, larger batteries, 120Hz ProMotion displays for the Pro models with always-on displays, as well as an upgraded ultra-wide camera, LiDAR scanners on all of the new iPhones, up to 1 terabyte of storage, Wi-Fi 6E, and more. But according to some of the latest reports from TrendForce and Ming Chi Kuo, the new iPhone 13s are definitely not going to be as exciting as we previously expected. First off, that 1 terabyte of storage rumor doesn't seem to be happening this year, with TrendForce saying that the iPhone 13 Pro models will still be limited to the same 512 gigs of storage. On top of that, while the new iPhones will have a smaller notch, which is definitely a long-awaited upgrade, the exterior design in general is set to look basically the same as the iPhone 12s. Sonny Dixon actually shared an image of the new iPhone 13 dummy models, and as you can see, the Pro models on the left look almost identical to the current iPhone 12, except that the camera bumps are quite a bit larger. But if you look at the less expensive models on the right, you can see that the lens orientation is now diagonal instead of vertical. So Apple's likely just doing that to mix it up and make it obvious that it's the new iPhone 13. Going even further, the LiDAR scanner, which was previously expected to come on all of the new models, is now only expected to come on the Pro models, according to TrendForce. And this actually makes a lot of sense because it's one of the current exclusive features that is really tempting because it really does help portrait photos turn out quite a bit nicer than before. Moving on, there's a good chance that the iPhone 13 could actually be called the iPhone 12s, based on rumors from Sam Cole as well as John Prosser, who says that the number 13 is seen as very negative in certain cultures. On top of that, Mark Gurman stated that Apple internally considers the 2021 iPhone to be an S upgrade because Apple isn't really planning any major changes. And John Prosser believes that the only major changes will be a smaller notch, 120Hz, and an under-display fingerprint scanner for Touch ID. So based on that and info from his sources, it'll likely be called the iPhone 12s. Now to me, this totally makes sense because there are actually hotels out there that will avoid having a 13th floor because of the superstition. So there's a chance that Apple will completely skip 13 and go straight to the iPhone 14 next year, which would be a bit weird, but it definitely is likely to happen. Now this next report from Ming-Chi Kuo that just came out yesterday is perhaps the most disappointing of all. Apparently, the under-display Touch ID sensor is only expected to come next year on the 2022 iPhone lineup, which really sucks because there are many people who have been waiting for this feature for a while, and Samsung's had this in their phones for many years already. But what's very interesting is that Kuo says that the mini model will be replaced with a budget version of the large 6.7-inch iPhone 12 Pro Max in 2022, priced at around $900, but unfortunately, it's apparently gonna lack the under-display Touch ID sensor. So that basically means that this new iPhone 14 Max model will match the regular iPhone 14 model in terms of the feature set, but it'll simply compact with the larger display. Now this is actually gonna be very nice for those people who really care about the display size, but don't really wanna pay $1,100 for all of those extra pro features. And in my opinion, Apple is really gonna have to offer some unique features on the more expensive Pro Max model because the new budget $900 version is gonna be very enticing for a lot of people out there. And according to Ming-Chi Kuo, the new 2022 iPhones will come with a 48 megapixel camera that can shoot 8K video. And to me, it makes sense to have that camera exclusive to the Pro models. But going back to this year's new iPhone, which is gonna be the iPhone 12s or the iPhone 13, it's looking like it's going to be more of a small spec bump sort of upgrade with no real major changes other than the smaller notch, improved cameras, and the 120Hz ProMotion display on the Pro models. Now personally, to me, that 120Hz feature is worth upgrading alone because I've been waiting for it ever since Apple brought that feature to the iPad Pro many years ago. But I have a good feeling that a lot of the people out there are going to be disappointed with this year's iPhone upgrade, hence why there's a good chance it'll be called the iPhone 12s. Now, if you totally disagree with my thoughts on all of this, let me know down in the comment section below. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one. Definitely check out one of those two videos right there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.